In the last part you saw that the sniper girl comes down from the hospital building and takes Tsukasa hostage. If you have not seen the previous part, then the link is given in the description. Now continue. Sniper girl takes Tsukasa in the car and takes her somewhere. Then they come to a street, where they find the girl's companion. Then he brings the sniper girl to a room and makes her lie down. Meanwhile, an old doctor comes to visit Anze at the bar. The doctor knows everything about Anze's childhood. Anze tells the doctor he is afraid of the blood-hungry devil inside him going out of control. Then Lee also comes there, and the doctor gives Lee's example and tells that Lee has learned to control the devil inside him. He too will have to be taught to overcome the devil within him in some way. Then Anze learns that Tsukasa has been kidnapped by Sniper Girl. Anze starts going to save her, but Lee stops him from going there. Meanwhile, Tsukasa learns that some people in the police are Sniper Girl's accomplices and are going to come here to kill her. Sniper Girl alerts Tsukasa about her fellow cop with a scar on his face. Then she ties her up and leaves the room. Then some policemen came there, including one with a scar on his face. Tsukasa gets nervous after seeing him, so he starts taking her outside with him. Tsukasa then renders him unconscious with a stun gun, and jumps out of the elevator. This stun gun was given to her by the sniper girl for safety. Then Tsukasa calls Anze for help, and tells him of her location. Tsukasa then locks herself in a room, but the policeman finds her. He shoots Tsukasa with his gun, and she falls down from the window. Then Anze transforms, and saves her from falling, and the bullet also hits the stun gun. Then a sniper tries to kill Anze, but the sniper girl kills him and saves Anze's life. They come down to a street. Tsukasa then injects Anze with a sedative. When Lee starts playing with the children, Anze kisses Tsukasa, but Lee sees them. The next day, Tsukasa packs her things and comes to live with Anze. Then the old doctor begins Anze's bloodlust training. In this training, Anze has to transform and make out with Tsukasa without losing control. The doctor will monitor him from another room. Then Tsukasa makes him wear nail protectors and handcuffs. Then Tsukasa starts touching Anze's body. This increases his heartbeat. Then Anze kisses Tsukasa and his temperature goes above the control value. Then the doctor asks them to stop. They stop and Anze leaves the room. Later they start spending time together. Then the doctor asks Anze to come down to meet their new chief. Anze hugs Tsukasa before leaving. Then he comes down and meets their new chief Ishimara. Ishimara has dark circles, but he is not a vampire. Anze suspects that Ishimaru is also a spy, so Ishimara asks them to do a background check on him. Tsukasa then gives Anze the web address of Sniper Girl. But Ishimaru overhears them and orders them to arrange a meeting with Sniper Girl. Tsukasa contacts Sniper Girl and invites her to meet. She agrees to meet after 3 days. Next day, when Lee wants to go out for some work, Anze starts putting his number in his phone. Then Lee also asks for Tsukasa's number, but Anze refuses him out of jealousy. Then Lee leaves from there, and he meets a doctor friend. She gives him some vial of her blood, but she feels weak from blood loss. Then Lee remembers his childhood, when many experiments were done with him in a lab. So after growing up, he ran away from there. Then he comes back, and both of them are waiting for him. They then meet Sniper Girl in a restaurant, and Ishimara asks her for a list of her gang members. In return, Sniper Girl asks for information about her mother's murderer, vampire Morisawa. He tells Sniper Girl that Morisawa was a police officer, and he loved her mother. But he started spending more time with her daughter, Sniper Girl Nanako. Then one day there was a fight between them and Morisawa killed her mother and drank her blood. Then Nanako also killed him. Then Nanako also agrees to help them. Then they heard the sounds of people protesting from outside. People were holding a rally to eliminate vampires. Those people have bags of blood, seeing which vampires start running away from them. People run to kill the vampire, and Anze runs after them to save her. Anze injects her with a sedative, then the college professor comes after him. Anze delivers a hard punch to the professor that causes his nose to bleed, and Anze begins to transform. The professor's friend starts telecasting everything live. Anze turns his back on the professor, then the professor hits him by throwing balloons filled with blood. This causes Anze to lose control of himself, and the professor locks him inside the metro. Then Ishimaru arrives there, and he overpowers Anze by throwing him on the ground. The professor is arrested, and everyone learns the truth about Anze. The next day Ishimaru brings Anze with him to an empty warehouse. Since Anze was able to control his transformation yesterday, Ishimaru begins training him to increase his control. He then drops Anze to the ground, and he tries to feed his blood into his mouth. Just then Sawaraki pushes him away, and Tsukasa hugs him. Then they meet Nanako. Her partner doesn't know how to hack their organization's computer, so they make a plan to infiltrate their headquarters to get the list. Nanako asks Anze about the bullet wound, which was healed by drinking human blood. Then the old doctor forbids them to talk about it, because other vampires should not know human blood can heal their wounds. Anze then tells the doctor a memory from his childhood, in which he met a policeman named Kikuhara. Apart from this, he does not remember anything else. Later, Anze and Tsukasa are talking in a room, and Tsukasa expresses her desire to feed Anze her blood, but Anze has learned to control himself to a great extent. Then both of them are about to kiss when they get the news that people have set fire to the house of a vampire rights activist. Anze sees Kikuhara there. Anze asks him about his childhood memories, but Kikuhara leaves from there without telling him anything. The next day, they gather at a place to prepare for the infiltration of the headquarters. Tsukasa gives Anze a handmade utility belt in which he can keep his nail protector. Then Ishimaru and Sawazaki infiltrate enemy headquarters. Nanako keeps an eye on everything from the roof, and Anze keeps an eye on the roof of another building. Tsukasa is waiting outside with the doctor. Then Ishimaru and Sawazaki are surrounded by 5 transformed vampires. Anze runs towards them to save them. Sawazaki leads some vampires behind him towards the rooftop. Some vampires are about to bite Ishimaru, when Anze comes through the window and kills them. Then Anze came upstairs. 2 vampires were biting Sawazaki. Anze eliminates both vampires by squeezing their necks. Then Anze goes to the roof. They come to know that they have been trapped in the enemy's trap, and Kikuhara is standing on the rooftop watching everything. Kikuhara shoots Anze with a sniper, and he gets badly injured. Anze slowly starts dying. Tsukasa asks Lee to take her to Anze. Lee carries her on his shoulders to Anze. The policemen surround the building from all sides, so Lee takes a long jump and brings Tsukasa to Anze. Tsukasa picks up a piece of glass, then she cuts her hand and starts feeding the blood to Anze. But that's not enough, so she gives her hand to Anze to bite. Then Anze starts sucking the blood from Tsukasa's hand, and his wound starts healing. Then 2 policemen come there. Lee asks them to inject Anze with tranquilizer. Due to this, Anze starts fainting. Then Lee picks Tsukasa and he jumps onto the ambulance, and gives her to the medical staff. Meanwhile, Anze remembers his childhood, when Kikuhara took him to a lab full of vampires. He then takes him to a cell in which his father is imprisoned. Anze then regains consciousness, and is in a hospital. Anze asks the doctor about Tsukasa. Tsukasa is fine, but her arm is broken. Later, Ishimaru tells Tsukasa that after yesterday's incident there are protests against vampires everywhere, and Anze will be kept under strict surveillance indefinitely from today. He will not even be allowed to meet anyone. Then Tsukasa comes to meet Anze for the last time, and both express their love for each other. Then Anze leaves from there and Tsukasa starts crying as he walks away. Then a few years later, Anze is released and meets Tsukasa, and they both love happily. Before leaving, please like and share the video. Thank you for watching.